Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 18 Week 1, Day 7, last day of the campaign week. So today we're going to go over all the weekly spoilers and celebrate some Easter. That which reminds me, I need to go get some more codes from the thingy. Let me go get them from Genki real quick. She already sent me them like a week ago, but I still haven't added them to my list. I do have a special Easter code to hand out for one of the old Easter pets. And then the rest I'll pretty much have to get from Genki because I'm about to run out. But we will have like 3-ish codes to hand out tonight, give or take a few. Well, if anything, more than 3. Definitely at least 3. But yeah, happy Easter, everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful holiday if you celebrate. But anyways, let's go and start with all the spoilers. I don't even think I opened it yet, so let me go do that right now. Let's see. That's the last week's event. Let's go get this week's event. The Beer Witch Project. Which means we're having a Ursca or Urskia. Oh, wait, no, that's not Urskia, is it? Wait, is that Urskia? Yeah, that is Urskia. Okay, just making sure. For a second, I thought that was like Glacial Peaks. It's like, wait, no, too many Ice Kingdoms. But anyways, yeah, that is Ursca, which makes sense. It's Ursca troop. But anyways, we got the Bearlock. He is, what, the Glory troop? Sure looks like it. He eliminates a bunch from a random stats on 2 random enemies, and then boosted by enraged allies. And they don't actually show you what it is, so let me get a double check. The boost ratio for that is 3 times. So for every single enraged ally, it'll increase the amount of stats that it reduces by 3, meaning if your entire team was enraged, you would get an additional 12 reduction twice, for 24 total reduction is the maximum extra reduction you get. He basically seems like a weaker Azura. I don't really see a reason why you would do this. He's literally the same mana cost, but worse in every way. Not only do you get Azura for free, but it's just better. So Azura is the free epic you get from completing out the Kingdom of Merlantis. She dispels all enemies, does a very similar amount of stat destroy, but from all enemies instead of just 2 random ones. And it even has a boost ratio as well, which not as big as his, but is way easier to get than his. And then explodes all blue gems for a bunch of mana accumulation. It's essentially just him, but better in every single possible way. So don't quite get the point of this troop then. It's basically just weaker Azura in every possible parameter. While having same mana cost. I guess it could become shiny, so technically lower mana cost, but, you know, 1 or 2 lower mana cost isn't going to make him viable all of a sudden. But yeah, he's just weaker Azura, is essentially what he is. World event seems pretty straightforward. Just do higher rarity, take Ursca Savage, and you're good to go. I don't think there's anything particular strategy-wise, just don't take Ursca Savage, which would be the ultra rare battle. And that's everything. Okay, good. Nice straightforward events. However, that is, of course, not everything we have going on next week. If we go over... Oh, yeah, did they ever post a calendar for April yet? I didn't even think about that. Have they posted that on their website yet? Let me go check. Do we have the April calendar? Let me go check further back. How do you check news? Latest news. No. They have not posted the April calendar. The hot fix for PvP. No, we do not currently have an April calendar. Unfortunate. Alright, so let's go check Terran's World for all the info then. But yeah, no calendar. Okay, so as far as things that we have going on this week, of course, standard Under Spire, standard world event that we just went over. Faction will be, of course, for Werewoods, the one associated to the place. Wednesday, we're going to be getting, which one is this? Ursca pet? Interesting. This is the first time this pet has been available on a Wednesday event. But not the first time it's been available, just specifically on a Wednesday. Yeah, one of the old teddy bear things for Theodorvish. I think that was the... Wait, really? That's the holiday pet, is it not? Wasn't this the holiday pet for... Was it this year's? Yeah, I think it was this year's December. Interesting. I'm not sure if they've ever brought any of those back before, have they? Maybe they have. But that's an interesting one. But yeah, wasn't that this year's? And by this year's, you know, I mean 3 months ago. December of last year. But I believe that was this year's Christmas events pet. From that one, like, 2-week-long event that we had. Interesting. But yeah, that's the first time he's been available since then. Though he is in standard drop table, so I guess that makes sense. He's been in standard drop table for months now, like 2-3 months. Anyways, Thursday class event will be for Sentinel. Sentinel's okay. You generally only use if you're using a pure Ursca team, which this week you might be doing for things like Under Spire, as it will be Ursca restriction. So you might get some use out of Sentinel using the 50% mana start, but beyond that, you're probably not going to see much usage from it. It is pretty tanky, has extra barrier, has score reduction, has a lot of things to not die, which is really nice. But beyond that, doesn't really get to do much. And then this Friday, we have no event, aka Arena. So a pretty tame week, honestly, for Gems of War. given that we had a little bit more of a hectic week this time as the beginning of the campaign and everything. But yeah, very, very team week. Ender Sky, I don't think it's reaching a relevant star level or anything either. So yeah, nice, solid chill week for the game. Anyways, don't forget to go claim your free 50 gems for the Easter event that's currently going on. And we'll go claim that. And let's go finish out all the things. And then we'll probably mess with Volkies the rest of the time. So we are pretty much done with most events. We just have a lot of things we kind of just need to poke at slightly. Like under Spire, we already finished it, but we need to find dead end rooms. Bounty Hunter is all the way finished, so we don't even need to worry about that. We already got that done. Where should we even start? Let's start with basic dailies. Let's go with dungeon. Anything good? It is Diamond Day. Come on, top 3. Aw, Spec Trap. Boo. Alright, we'll go take these before we hit even worse trap. Anyways, hello everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful Easter if you celebrate. Hello Mark. Hello Bill. Hello Netastroyer. Hello Draco. Hello let's see. Hello Kikolia. Hello Logic Slayer. Hello yeah. Hello Emanator. Hello Isabel. Hello Michael. Hello Jamie. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so where are we? Let's go finish out some events, as well as dailies, and then we're gonna open a ton of Volkies to stream. Actually, before we even get going, let's go hand out a code. We'll go hand out a code already. We're gonna be handing out at least 3 codes to stream, maybe more depending on what we get shiny within the Volkey drop table. The next code I hand out will be the Easter code though, so we'll hand that out in a little bit. I'm trying to think of something Easter we could do in game though. We don't really have anything Easter related, do we? Because we didn't have like a 2-week-long Easter event or anything like that, so we mostly just had the calendar thing with a little bit of mini reward today. Well, we didn't actually get like a 2-week-long event like some other holidays have gotten, like around Christmas time and the such. Even Lunar New Year ended up getting one. Oh gosh, are we already losing this fight? What's going on here? Alright, we'll go for that. Get our poke in there. Get our last little bit of mana. You know, I'll take that over. Alright, can we get things rolling? Yeah, there we go. Actually, I should be killing Diamantina. By far the biggest threat here. You know the goblins are annoying. That thing is more annoying. Oh, wait. Why did I take it that way? We don't even need that mana. I'm so used to using Stellarix where just every single mana will just go directly into you regardless of which one you take. Always feels weird not having it. You just laid an egg. Oh, I had deviled eggs. They were so good. That's what we did as our egg-based thing. Honestly, I pretty much had Thanksgiving dinner just with, like, deviled eggs. Like, you know, as ham, potatoes, stuffing, what was the other thing? The orange one. The orange potato. Yams. Why can't I remember their name? What else? What else? Obviously deviled eggs, which is pretty much like the Easter thing. And was that everything? I think that might have been everything. And we're having cheesecake for dessert, which is like literally the first thing I'm doing once we get off the stream. Because I think it's already done. I think she made it last night while I was sleeping. But yeah, we have cheesecake. Homemade cheesecake. It is really good. Oh, I assume it's really good. I haven't had it yet. But normally when she makes cheesecake, it's really good. Haven't actually gotten the chance to try it yet. That's for later. Anyways, what am I doing? Also, I made sure not to overeat this time. I feel like every holiday I always overeat. I did pretty good not overeating this time. I ate just enough. Actually, so much so I'm still a little hungry right now, but there's like so much leftovers. There's enough leftovers for like the next, like, probably till Thursday or Friday. Like, I'm literally just eating that all week, pretty much. Every weekday this week. Though we do have someone else moving into our house tomorrow, so maybe it won't last as long. Actually, I mentioned the whole spiel on that the other day. I don't think I've actually mentioned on a Gems of War stream. But one of my mom's friends is actually moving in tomorrow, which shouldn't affect anything, I don't think, with the channel. In any way, shape, or form. If anything, it might give me more time because I won't have to worry about watching the dog or anything. But I might have to help him around here and there. Because he's missing an arm and a leg. So it's a little bit harder for him to move around. So I might have to help lift him or any similar thing. Though I have like no upper body strength. Might need to start working out for it because my arms have like 0 power. I can barely lift up anything. Anyways, what was I doing? Let's see. We did that, we did that. Bounty is done. Let's go clear out the other dailies since we're doing dailies right now. Never mind, there's nothing here. PvP, skulls. Wow, there's like nothing. Why did we get so much nothing today? Aside from like the Easter thingy? Why is there absolutely nothing across everything? Oh, hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. Start using the Wii Fit game again. Honestly, we might need to bring that out. I still, to this day, have never finished out Ring Fit Adventure. Maybe that's one goal we should have over the next few months. Let's go finish Ring Fit Adventure. I tried it some initially when it first came out, like a couple months after it came out off stream. I never streamed it, you know, I was just doing it for normal exercise stuff. Then like a few years later, we did like several streams for it. And then I never touched it again. But yeah, honestly, we should bring it back. We should consider bringing it back. Why not? My biggest issue I've always had with the game, most of you guys already know, I've said it like a billion times, it has so much squatting in it. I wish there was like a non-squat mode for the game. Like a mode where it makes you do every exercise except the squats. Or at least greatly limits how many squats it makes you do, because gosh. I feel like 33% of all the exercise is either squatting or a variant on squatting. And with how gameplay is, it's pretty much unavoidable to do any amount of squatting. Like, out of every exercise in the game, it's definitely my least favorite. It's not that I hate squatting, it's just the sheer amount that it makes you do is just way more than you would ever do in any exercise routine. Or at least any I would normally do. Anyways. Alright. We did that, we did that, we did that, we did that. Wow, we're like nearly done already. There's like no... we finished almost everything. We have to go get the dead end rooms and under Spire, but that's about it. How are we doing on PvP ladder? We're in third. Oh yeah, a second place went skyrocketing. We're definitely not going for that. We're in such a solid third though. They're definitely not reaching higher. So we should be solid. We'll just go for bare minimum daily then. With that being said, let's go grab our extra bit of magic from yellow because it's pretty free. And then I guess maybe we'll go to green because it's bloodthirsty today. Because even though I won't be able to go take second place, there's still the leaderboard glitch where as long as you place on anyone's leaderboard, you get the loot for it. So getting more points still matters because even though I'm not going to move from third to second in mine, I might be able to move from third to second or even to first in someone else's bracket where I am located. When is the next Power Co-op live stream? I believe we are doing it on Wednesday. At this rate, it seems like it's going to be a Wednesday-Saturday thing, potentially. Also, what on earth just happened? Oh, he had double luster or something. I was like, wait, how do we die so hard all of a sudden? But yeah, he had luster too. But, yeah, next Palworld live stream will likely be this Wednesday. I think we might be starting a little bit later because everyone seemed really tired when we did it, like, the other time. So I might start closer to noon, again, like we did the first time. Which, I mean, we'll be streaming a little bit shorter, but, everyone will be more awake and lively. Because I think on average, the last time we streamed, we had a total of like 15 hours of sleep between the three of us. Like, we all had an average of like 4 hours. My sleep schedule still has not recovered from the 1 hour shift. I was hoping it would within the next day or two or so. We're getting there. It definitely didn't today. I woke up so late. Like, I didn't even end up calling some family until like 2 or 3 p.m. Because I didn't end up waking up until a little afternoon. I said, hello, Insane Gamer. Hello, Miss Insane Witch. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Hoveness too. Hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. Alright, there we go. Alright. So we did that, we did that, we did that. Let's go do our battles. I'll do it over green. Why not? As long as it's not too annoying. What's our green team right now? Though the bigger issue is, what is the enemy's green teams right now? Because honestly, ours barely even matters. Like, it does matter, but it more so matters what other people are using because we need to counter whatever they're using. Is more important than us running whatever the meta is. And one thing that's really popular on green right now is Beatrix. So I kind of joined in on it. Mostly because of the cleanse. If you have both Wand and Beatrix, you counter cleanse almost everything. Obviously, you could still be disabled out, though it's very unlikely. I have seen some people starting to run, like, Silent One with, like, Curse Stun. I think we ended up seeing that on Yellow earlier this week. It was kind of crazy that people are going that far with it. They're bringing Curse, they're bringing Stun, and they're bringing Silence. Because Stun gets rid of Takshaka's mana accumulation. Curse allows you to silence nearly everything in the game. And then obviously Silence then lets you silence them. So it takes away all the mana accumulation routes. The biggest issue I would say with silencing in the current state of the game is Silent 1 is still, to this day, despite being one of the troops that the game released with and got nerfed like 3 times since then, it's still pretty much the best way to apply silence, which is kind of insane. It's one of the few things that hasn't really been updated in that regard, where the best option to do it like 10 years ago when the game first started is still the best option to do it today, even after triple nerf. It's kind of weird that we still, to this day, have not gotten better silence options. Like, I don't think we have a single troop that silences per extra turn. Like, that will eventually happen, and when it does, it's going to be really strong. But I don't believe we have it right now, unless I'm forgetting everyone. Like, silence on extra turn? I'm pretty sure that does not exist. Though it'll be absurdly strong. Honestly, they're probably going to have to put on a mythic. So it's actually, like, somewhat balanced. Because putting that on a legend was going to be way too broken. My biggest concern with it is if they ever add it, I feel like they're going to make it a % chance. And if they do, that's going to be so much worse. Oh, I didn't get full mana, though. I guess it doesn't really matter. We just do that and then do it one more time. It's still Isabel, Genki, and Lester and Palworld? No, not Lester. The other one was Cookie, not Lester. We just kept joking about Lester. But no, the 4th person is Cookie. Which actually hasn't been around the Gems of War streams as much lately. Otherwise, I'd say hello to him right now, but I don't think he's here unless he's lurking. Hello, Cookie, if you're here. But no, it was with Cookie, not Lester. I'm not sure if I would trust Lester on stream. It'd be speedrunning demonetization. Just as we're speedrunning a death right now. Double Beatrix. Also, hello, Cookie. Yeah, he's lurking. There he is. I found the Cookie. Did any of you guys do anything special for Easter today? My day basically consisted of calling a ton of people and eating. As it feels like most holidays are these days. You called family and played Palworld? Nice. You're still so addicted to Palworld, aren't you? I'm having fun with it, but I wouldn't say I gotten re-addicted to the game. Like, I'm definitely enjoying playing it, but I wouldn't say... Like, other than when we're streaming, I'm not playing it at all right now. Though, the main thing I've kind of been waiting on is the updates. Did they ever do an update today? Because they said they were going to do one before the end of March, and today is the end of March. It's like the last possible day they could do one, if they're actually still going to do it, unless they're delaying the delay. Which sounds about right. No update? Oh, that's sad. Hopefully they'll have an update by the time we next stream on Wednesday. Because I really want to see new content in the game. I'm curious what they're going to do. Especially more endgame content. And honestly, by the time they're going to do it, our co-op group should be far enough that we can start doing it too. Like, we're not quite out there yet if they're going to be adding, like, level 50 plus content. But, you know, give it a stream or two, or even the end of next stream. We could probably start heading towards it. Your addiction game is Ark. Mine's still old school RuneScape. I'm not playing in the background right now. And this entire day, I've probably only played it for like 1 hour. However, I've still been trying to work towards maxing on that account so I can start playing the game. It's kind of like in Gems of War where you have to go get like every troop, or at least to some degree, as well as like max all hero classes, stuff like that. Finish out under Spire. In that game, you basically have to max out all your skills before you can start playing. Like, obviously, you can play before then. But to truly start playing, you have to have, like, all these things done. And we're getting really close to doing that, so we can actually start playing the game for that game. I was considering doing a video series on it, too, if we ever... if our account is not dead by then. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Because I haven't done an edited video series on this channel in ever. And I kind of wanted to try it with like a game like that. Potentially branch out into doing it for other pieces of content. Basically just to learn editing. Like, that's something I haven't really done on the channel in like ages upon ages. Like, I've never done a super edited video on the channel, and I haven't done even a partially edited video in like 4 years. They've all just been one take, just kind of going over things. But for Gems of War, that works, but for obviously a lot of other games, you can't really get away with doing that. You have to edit them down to some degree. As well as add effects and other overlays to make things seem slightly more interesting. Still waiting on our video game. I still need to learn how to code for stuff like that. I've been meaning to. It's something I keep putting off over and over again. Honestly, I almost feel like paying for like one of those online course thingies or something similar. Just to make it more structured. Because I really like structure. That or get like an actual tutor. Because if I have someone like kind of guiding me and everything, I can learn things really quickly. I'm really bad about going about doing it on my own. And I don't really have family members or brothers or sisters or anything similar that can like help me. And my parents are pretty much technology impaired. So I have like no one who I could really go to for help for it. I'm not sure if I want to use Unity engine, though. Like, if I'm going to learn a coding language, I think I might want to start with Python, most likely. And either do it with Python, and I was also considering one of the smaller game engines, like, I was dabbling in it a little bit, that didn't really get too far with anything. But, oh gosh, what is it even called? Godot, or Godot. I think it's, like, G-O-D-O-T. Which pronounces Godot. But considering that game engine, out of every possible option right now, because I'm definitely not using Unity. I feel like if I was trying to find a job in gaming, like Unreal Engine or Godot, I mean, Unreal Engine or Unity are like the two you'd probably want to learn. But if you're doing like small like projects and similar things, oh yeah, Unity's horrible. Never mind, you meant Unreal Engine. I'm not sure why I thought UE meant Unity for some reason, but yeah, Unreal Engine. Oh no, I can maybe look into Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine would definitely be the hardest of the engines to learn, but have the most use cases. I just don't plan to make like a 3D game or anything similar. And Unity and both Unreal Engine, both of those are definitely set up more for 3D than 2D stuff. Not that you can't make 2D with them, obviously. But the technology is definitely meant more for 3D environments and similar things. Even though you could very easily still make a 2D game on either of them. I'm just retreating from this fight. I'm not going to bother with it. Actually, I think I already have all my Valhawks. I'm literally just talking and we're already done. I don't even need to be doing anything. Whoops. Alright, we're done with PvP for the week. Nice. I think it's time. Let's go to the Easter code. I think it's time to drop the Easter code. Let me go grab it over here. Alright, here you guys go. This is, make sure to get your Gems of War websites ready. Go to gemsofwar.com underneath the redeem code section. If you don't know where that is, let's see. If we go to gemsofwar.com, right there. And then you click over on this little tab or wherever your thing shows it. And then click on redeem code. It is right here. And I'm posting into chat right now. Right, there you guys go. Actually, I'll even claim it myself. Let's see. I just need to copy this from chat. You put in whatever your invite code says in game. Not that, but whatever your game says. And then put in the code, and we got it. Nice. And it should be the 2023 Easter pet, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it is. The Bilb. 2023 Easter pet. Last year's pet. It's unfortunate that was one that's so recent. Normally they do one for multiple years back. But if you didn't get it last year, if you need more copies of it, which I'm pretty sure almost everyone does, need more copies of it. There you go. There's a copy. If you missed it or didn't get it last year, there you go. Make sure to claim it because it does go very quickly. Like, probably within the next few minutes, it'll be gone. So make sure to go and get it there. And I'll be handing out at least one more normal code as well. But that's the only one I have for the pet. So unfortunately, they've only been giving one pet code recently. Wish they would give like 2 or 3 just to have a few more. That way we could have also done it like leading up to the holiday and everything. But yeah, make sure to claim it, as it does have a slightly less amount of claims than a normal code. Because it does have some slightly better loot. The pet and a little bit of pet food with it. Anyways, I think the only thing left is Underspire. Then I'm just throwing Volkies the rest of the stream. And then we'll hand out extra codes based on how we do with Volkies. And Underspire is technically already completed. The only reason we're still doing battles is I'm trying to find dead end rooms to try to get the legend. I still have not gotten a legend in Underspire in like 3 months now. I know there are still some people with 0 as well. But yeah, we're about 3 months with 0. Even though we got 2 pretty quickly within the first month or so of it being out. But yeah, we're still not really finding any. They're out there somewheres. Also, I really should be using an AoE team or something. I said that earlier, and then I changed the team, and it's like, oh, let's go straight back to Zolgoth. But, I don't know, double Zolgoth's fine. Just a little bit clunky for the level range we're at right now. That'll get the job done. Plus, we're about to head to a deeper level range as soon as we finish out this fight right here, so I'm just gonna have to change the team just to change the team again. Which is why I didn't even bother changing it earlier. Because by the time we change it, we're already gonna have to change it. There's no way none of that's a skull, really? All that skull and not a single skull? Is that even possible? There we go. Oh, there was a skull, but that also gives us a skull. There we go. You just have to cascade like 4 times. Alright, anything good? No. Alright, we got 10 torches left. Let's see. We cleared out that section, that section. Okay, we'll take this double over here. We have 2 different doubles down here. Have we found the merchant in either of these areas? Yes. This is the starting area. So let me do this one first. This one actually probably leads directly into double dead end. I didn't even see this earlier. I'm not sure if either of them will be rooms, but this should be double dead end immediately. Because I didn't actually realize this is already a 4 path over here. Alright, let me go whack these guys real quick. Whackity whack. I'm still using explodey weapon too. Should have the damage one. When is Izzy starting her channel? Yeah, a lot of people were saying that during the Palworld stream. But yeah, of the people who've been doing it, I think, I'm pretty sure it's just me and, obviously Genki who have a channel. Because I don't think Cookie has one. I'll go throw that one down. Honestly, doing Palworld with the group kind of makes me want to go do more group games. Because honestly, I don't really do that much group gaming in like the last like decade. I did a lot more when I was a kid. But honestly, since I've been an adult, I've been doing like almost exclusively single player games. With a few exceptions. Ooh, a Nisha token. Well, not exactly what we're looking for. That's still a really good drop. Okay. We have a couple paths we could take. The only problem with taking a double path in this section right here is we have not found the merchants. Meaning, this path that we're about to take is easily going to lead down to a path that will have the merchant. Which means, even though this is a double dead end, it's only going to have 1 dead end room. At most. Lester. Let's see. We'll take that one. Oh, I should have taken the green there. I don't need green, but I need to shuffle the board with the green. Try not to take the purple so I can convert with it, but I guess I'm just going to take it. If we're going to keep doing battles this low, I really should change the team. But by the time I do, it's like, oh, we already should have. So at this point, it's not worth it. It's just a perpetual cycle where, because I keep putting it off longer to change our team, it becomes increasingly more not worth switching our team. Switching the team would take like a minute or 2. But the longer we keep the team at lower fights, the more time we waste as well. Okay, do we think that's a dead end? Probably not. The problem is this one's going to be a merchant, so the only problem with going down this route. Like, this is almost guaranteed merchant path. Hopefully it diverges into another double, because that double will be merchant and a dead end room. Whereas if we just go down this path like this, it's just gonna be dead end room. Which is not ideal. You watched Palworld playback and we saw the shenanigans you pulled on us? Wait, what? What shenanigans did I pull? The only thing I've done is hoard every soul. Because I know if I don't, Isabel will. That and I'm holding on all of the max tier TMs. Because the last time I didn't, you hit them for like 5 hours. I don't care about the other ones, though I'm still storing them. But all the really, really high tier good ones, I'm keeping for when we have maxed out pals for later in the game. Because I don't trust what Isabel would do with them otherwise. Okay, that was technically Cookie, but still. I was like, hello, Genki, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Not sure if I said hello earlier. But hope all's been well. Also, hope everyone enjoyed the holiday, by the way, if you didn't, or if you do celebrate, I mean. Let's see, we'll take that over. I feel like I haven't really done much Easter stuff this stream. Though we will hand out a ton of codes as we go open up Vault Eggs. Which is kind of like opening up Easter eggs. Okay, I'll take that one over. Oh, gosh. I keep thinking we need the color. I'm so used to using, I'm like overly dependent these days on using like a billion Takshakas and or enchant at start of battle. That I feel so lost when we don't have those mechanics now. It feels weird going back to not having them after having them. Okay, do I give him Skull here? He doesn't hit for anything, so I might as well. Come on, all we need is to get him to full mana. How hard could that possibly be? Apparently very much so. There we go, finally, wow. Alright, I'm willing to make a bet. This is going to be merchants. But it's not stopping me from trying. Yeah, this is almost 100% merchant. I'm not even sure why I'm going down this route. I'm literally just wasting torches. Like, I'm near 100% certain this is a merchant. Because it can't be boss room. We already found boss room. I'm just kind of hoping it diverges into like a double that then dead ends or something. Because otherwise, this is definitely 100%. Oh, good! It did! It did exactly that. Okay, one side's a merchant, the other side's a dead end room. It really comes down to, is that dead end room an actual thing or not? Though this could also be double dead end room. The merchant could be down the other path, which means I shouldn't go do either of the other two paths. Because one of them is very guaranteed to be merchant, if this one isn't. Because we haven't found it yet for this floor. He gained barrier. That's not ideal. This team is already going slow enough without that. Every single battle we keep doing, it's like, I should go change a team. But then we keep going deeper and increasingly getting to the point where we don't need to change a team. But we really should go change a team. But the second I do, we're going to be in the deep section where we don't need to change our team anymore. Is he actually going to kill our Zolgoth? He's really trying. Joke's on you. Insta-kill hits through barrier these days. Watch whatever we summon actually be useful for once. If you did damage, it would be. All I need was a little poke. Oh, there it is. Yep, merchant. I knew a merchant was over here. Yeah, merchant in a dead end room. This was the only way we were getting anything. Okay, is there anything I could do with 2 torches? Well, maybe we'll get torches here. I hope not, though. Please, legendary already. I want to see our third already. We've gone so long without one. I just want to see one. Just not a duplicate, please. As I was saying the other stream, once we finally get another legend, we'll hand out an extra 2 codes that stream. Regardless of when it happens. Who knows, maybe tonight's the night. Because we're way over drop rate by this point. Oh, that's a bit of a miss. But ultimately, it didn't really matter much. Come on. Oh, we're doing good on Nishas, if nothing else. Okay, this is the only thing I could do with 2 torches, so let's go take it, I guess, because that one's too deep. It's obviously going to go all the way to the end. This is likely nothing, but it's all we could do with 2 torches. There's not a single other path we could take that can get there in time. With only 2. So we shall take this one. Alright, what do we need here? Can I get a vertical? No, it's not going to go far enough. Oh, I can do that, though. And then do this. And the skull reflect barely even does anything. And, wow, there's a quick battle. Why can't you do that every time? No, we didn't get anything. Well, we got 3 niches from it. That's not too bad. Nothing over there. Everything's done. Okay, that's every daily and weekly. And monthly. No, pretty much. Well, I guess technically monthly. It's the end of the month. Literally the last day of the month. Yep, that is everything cleaned up. Okay, next. Let's go hand out codes based on how our vault key drops are. We're just going to run vault keys for the rest of the stream. And any of the big 3 we'll hand out a code for. That being the 300 gem drop. Any really good orb, which is like silver orb, gold orb, pet orb. And what's the other one? Or is that all 3, actually, technically? Because if you count the orbs, it's almost like 5. Was there another big drop? I'm trying to think. Because the other one would have been getting the new Valhawk, but we actually got the Valhawk after a couple days it came out. So maybe it is only the 2 big ones. It's just there's a lot of orbs under that category. So it's almost like 5 or 6 big ones. Because it's silver orb, gold orb, pet orb, and 300 gem drops. And I guess technically power orb. We'll give in. It's rare but not good. So it kind of counts, I guess. Yeah, any of those we'll hand out a code for. And we'll do it every single time it happens for the rest of the stream. Because I'm probably going to be opening these for like 20, 30 minutes. Probably a good half an hour. Maybe a little less. Maybe we'll go down until we hit like 200. How about that? We're at like 314, I think we started at. So we'll keep going until we get to 200, however long that takes. And for every silver, gold, 300 gem drop, and what's the other one? And power and pet orb, we will hand out a code. With a minimum of 1 if we somehow get none of those. So I highly doubt within that many keys we're going to get 0 of them. We'd have to be really unlucky tonight to get none of those within 100-something keys. Up the Battle Cedric. When what is he given to peer pressure of what? Starting a channel? I think the biggest issue with starting a YouTube channel, if you were to like do streaming and stuff, it's mostly just getting some basic equipment for it. Because some of it's stuff you don't necessarily have just laying around. Like, they're relatively cheap, but you do have to go out of your way for it. Like, you can easily get like a cheap couple hundred setup to do it, though. But a lot of the equipment is stuff you just don't normally have, like, laying around normally. Like an average person. It's actually what stopped me from creating a YouTube channel, like, 3 years earlier than I did. Because when I got out of high school, I didn't really have even, like, a mic to use. So I was just missing a lot of that stuff. And all my money was going towards college, so I didn't really have the money to be putting it towards a YouTube channel. But you ordered a plushie of one of the Palworld thing? That's kind of funny. Wait, does anyone make plushie of the birds? Because I might need that. Wait, hold up. Someone's making plushies of some of the pals? Is it like official merch or someone just, like an Etsy shop or something? Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if someone made like a gigantic lamb ball pillow. That thing's just asking to be made into merch. But yeah, I might need to get one of Beacon or Shadowbeak then. I think I like Beacon more though. Mostly because Shadowbeak just looks too much like Corviknight. So why have rip-off Corviknight when you just have normal Corviknight? But Beacon is actually unique enough that it's actually like different. Whereas Shadowbeak is basically just reskinned Corviknight. It looks like if you were playing a game with microtransaction skins, and what Shadowbeak looks like is literally just a normal Corviknight in a skin for a game. Like, it seems like something that if they ever added Corviknight to Pokemon Unite, which is a game I haven't played in like 2 years. I might eventually revisit it if they ever add a Pokemon I really like. But it looks like if it was added to Pokemon Unite and then they had a skin for it, that's what Shadowbeak looks like. It's just too similar. Whereas Beacon actually looks somewhat unique. It still has like that body shape and everything. Hello, Defiant. Welcome, welcome. I'm surprised you went for the Cal, though. Out of every PAL in the game, unless you already bought a ton, I'm really surprised you went for the Cal. It always seemed to, like the Cal was a... Oh! We got it. Because I was going to say, I always thought the Cal was like a little bit generic looking. Like it's basically just a big cow. But I guess it's kind of stylized. Like I really like the style of the, like the Harvest... Not the Harvest Moon Cow. What was that one cow? I think it's Stardew Valley. I know there was one farming sim game that I played that had a really cool stylized cow. I think it was Stardew Valley. Now that I think about it, I don't think it was the Harvest Moon games. Like the older ones. But anyways, we got Pet Orb. Let's go hand out the thing. This is like the thing to get, by the way. I think I like underreacted. Because I was like midway through talking. But it is like the best drop we could be getting right now. Let me just go grab the codes from Genki real quick. I'm not sure how many she gave me. Also, thank you, Genki, by the way. I finally got down to your codes, if I could ever find them. There they are. You gave me, how many did you give? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We have 7 to go hand out. And I gotta make these last until, Jetto gets us more. The, community manager for Gems of War. But, let me go grab one of these for now. Every time we get one of these big drops, we'll hand it out. And we just got the biggest drop, so that's pretty cool. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code for the Pet Orb. And we'll open 92 more, and every big drop we get, we'll hand out a code for Easter. But hopefully get another one of those. That's like the drop we want to see. Major Pet Orb is by far the most useful thing that I need from anything in this drop table. The next best would probably be the 300 gem drop. And then after that, just any of the good orbs, like gold orb, silver, stuff like that. But Pet Orb's definitely highest priority. Not because we necessarily even need it the most. Technically, I think I almost need like the gold orbs the most. The reason we want the Pet Orb the most is just because of how rare it is. Because if we really needed more gold orbs, all you have to do is do more Under Spire. There's no piece of content you could really directly do to get more Pet Orbs, like major Pet Orbs specifically. Like, yes, you get a ton of Pet Orbs just here and there. But the only way to really farm major Pet Orbs, like right now, is farm Vault Weekends and open all your Vault Keys like we're doing now. Like, basically how we just got it right now is the only way to realistically farm them. There's no alternative route like a couple of the other orbs have these days. Actually, almost every other orb has an alternative route. But Pet Orb's still one of those really weird rare ones, particularly the better version of it. That your only real route is major orbs at 1% chance. There's no alternative route to getting it. So that's why we kind of seek it the most. It's not even necessarily the thing we need the most, it's just the thing that's the rarest relative to means of farming. Also, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream if you've been enjoying. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And of course, we'll be covering the video tomorrow, going over all the weekly stuff. It might be a little bit later in the day because I'm probably going to crash from all the Easter food because I'm going to pick out probably later tonight. The second I try that cheesecake, I'm probably going to eat like half the cheesecake. And then be paralyzed with food until like noon tomorrow. No, I should be able to get up early. I'm just not sure how awake I'll be by like 5 a.m. this morning if I stay up all night. Because I know I won't be able to wake up early, so I basically have to stay up late. Should you use the major orb of pets on PvP pets? You can. I'm personally not at the moment. I'm kind of just hoarding them at the moment, to be honest. Their current best value is ironically cosmetic pets. which might seem weird to say. Like, for example, the code that we just handed out today that had the 2023 pet for Easter. Like, stuff like that are generally the best things to use it on. Which is rather ironic because they give you no bonus at all. But the reason for that is they are absurdly hard to ever max. Like, it's unrealistic to really ever max them through any other means other than pet orbs. When it comes to, like, old holiday pets and stuff like that. So, those are generally your main targets for major pet orbs. As they never come into normal drop tables in the game. You always either have to get them from old events, or by paying money later down the line, or random codes that we hand out, and other similar things. But their ways of re-obtaining them, particularly to a high number, is generally not realistic. So your only real route is get one copy and then max it with an orb. Which is unfortunate because they are purely cosmetic, but, you know, if you're going down, like, the full completionist route, I would personally only exclusively use major pet orbs, or any pet orbs, on cosmetic pets. Particularly the ones that can't be maxed easily, like the holiday pets and everything. But if you're going just for upgrades, honestly, upgrading the PvP pets is perfectly fine. However, they might be re-obtainable in some way in the future. We don't currently know how that's going to work, which is why I'm holding off from doing it on them personally. But at the moment, you realistically would just get one and then use a pet orb on them. But the problem is they might be obtainable in mass later down the line through some means. After this year, if they're still really scarce, I would say yes, it's probably worth it. But we have to see everything they do with PvP first to really know, like, are these going to be easy to get in the future, still just as hard as they are now, or what the deal is. Is the other reason why I'm hoarding all my gold marks as well, if any of you are wondering why I have, like, 2,000 gold marks or something. Obviously, the best thing to use gold marks on right now are the deed books. However, we don't know what they're going to be adding as far as things that you could use it on. But we also don't know what the situation is going to be on the gold pets. There are 10 gold pets that are locked behind gold marks at the moment. And you have to sacrifice 15 deed books of value to get them. Which I've been holding off on because if there's ever an alternative, the alternative is probably better than wasting 15 deed books on them. Not that it's wasting if it's the only means of getting them, but, you know. If there does become a better way of obtaining them, that's a lot of resources to throw down the drain. So I'm kind of just hoarding them. As are a lot of resources in this game. Oh, we got it! 300 gem drop. That's another code. Alright, that's the second code handed out from the vault grind. Yeah, every single big drop will hand out code. There's the 300 gem. There you go, another code in chat. And we'll keep doing it until we either run out of codes or run out of keys. We're not using all of our keys right now, though. I'm going down to 200. We'll keep handing them out. Also, thanks to Genki as well, because these are actually her codes right now. Because she hasn't been streaming as much. And I would actually be out right now if I didn't have those, so thank you, Genki. And hopefully Jetto will get us more codes in a day or two, because I'm going to be very low if not. Because I think we have 6 left right now. Hey, we got mail. Oh, I assume that's the code that we just handed out. Thank you, whoever just claimed it for us. Yep, no problem for the code. Enjoy. If we get any more big drops, we'll hand it out. We'll do 69 marquees, and anything we get across that, we'll hand out. How long does 69 keys take? We're winning, like, what, 3 a minute? Almost 4 a minute, but let's just say 3 a minute. So it's going to take us, like, 20 more minutes to clear through them. Then I'm going to grab myself some cheesecake. Also, Major Orbital Forging is not considered a good one. It's not bad, but I'm pretty sure I'm at the point where I already have all of them maxed. I don't actually have them all maxed yet, but it's just a matter of actually using them. So we're pretty much ready to max them whenever. I'll probably do it sometime next month. Because we're going to have a really big maxing video. Where we're just going to go use a ton of the resources that we have stockpiled. We're probably going to do that around the anniversary of the channel. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to do like a mega day-long stream for that. But one thing I wanted to include with it, Gems of War related, for not just doing Gems of War the whole time, which we might be. Well, one thing I wanted to include in that is a ton of upgrading. I want to go use pretty much every last silver and gold orb we have. Use every bronze orb to max out every mythic. Or, you know, to common rarity, or the bronze rarity. Go max out every doom weapon we have, as well as just every weapon we have. And I might even do the ones that are even better to have not fully upgraded and finally just pull the trigger and get them all done. Because there are some I was deliberately not keeping upgraded because they have like a weird delay, but honestly I haven't been using them that often anyway, so I think I'm just going to max out every single weapon we have. Just so we can see a nice clean page of everything upgraded. And yeah, go from there. Maybe even go use all of our pet orbs too. It's just going to be like multiple hours of nothing but upgrading everything we have. Using the resources from like years just to upgrade a ton of stuff. And see how far it gets us. But that's likely what we're doing for the anniversary of the channel, which is April 23rd, I believe is the date. I can't remember what year it is. I want to say the 8-year anniversary of the channel. You're getting a new PC soon if your son doesn't take it first? Nice. Put a password on the PC. You can eventually override those passwords after a couple days or something, though. That won't work. He's your son. Yeah, he'll find a way around it. You were able to get a Steam Deck without him stealing it. That is true. Oh, we got a small pet orb. A small pet orb, I don't hand out code for. While it is good, it's actually 2% chance off of normal orb, whereas only 1% off of major, with the other percent being consumed by a power orb. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the Steam Deck 2 before I get a Steam Deck, I think at this point. I keep putting it off, and at this point, I'm just waiting for the next iteration. Because they're likely going to do it around the time when the Switch 2 comes out, or whatever it's going to be called. And the Switch 2 is pretty much confirmed for next year, even though they haven't confirmed it for next year. Like, it's happening. Also, what's up with PlayStation and Xbox? Aren't they getting pretty close to doing their next big console launch? Because they do it like every several years, and we're getting to the point where we're pretty much there. Unless they're just not doing console generations anymore or something. I'm pretty sure they still are. Come on, buy it, buy it. Oh no, I'm still waiting on their second iteration. I just want them to fix every complaint they ever had from anyone ever on the first one. Improve upon all of it for the second one, and then get the second one. Because my only concern with the first one is I'm not the biggest fan of its button layout. And I feel like based on feedback, they're going to make that a lot better on the second one. It's just a very unique button layout that I feel like they would do better in the second iteration compared to the first. Never buy the first generation of anything. I know, generally you shouldn't. It's one of the reasons I kind of skipped on the Steam Deck initially. I wanted them to iron out all the initial issues and then pick it up after. Yeah, you would definitely get used to the button layout, regardless of what it is after some amount of time. But I don't know, I'd still hold out for the next one, I think. Because it should be any year now that they announce it. It shouldn't be more than 2 years. Probably even next year, potentially. What if next Steam Deck is 5 years from now? Then I'll just play the Switch 2. That would be my alternative Steam Deck. Because whatever the Switch 2 is, it's going to have a ton of indie games. It's going to be just like the Switch. Like, there'll be a lot of indie games that will try exclusively launching on it and similar things. You knew I'd say that? Because they're probably going to charge like almost $400 for it, I wouldn't be surprised, or like $350. Whatever it's going to be. Like, it's almost getting up to Steam Deck price. Though if you're going to get a Steam Deck, you should definitely get the highest memory one. It would just be too annoying without it. What's with all the major orb of forging? I feel like that's our third one. I don't even think I need them. Also, thank you, Cynical, for the 5-tower tip. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Helps a lot. Also, hope you had a wonderful holiday if you celebrate. Hope you had a good Easter. Thanks a huge ton. Also, have you still been streaming Gems of War lately and everything? I honestly haven't checked in a while. Mostly because I haven't actually been using YouTube as much lately, surprisingly. Like, obviously, as far as streaming and, you know, posting videos and everything, but as far as, like, actually watching YouTube videos, I haven't actually really been using YouTube for YouTube lately. I have, like, backlogs of videos I should probably go watch, of some series I watch. Actually, I think the next series of Taskmaster starting soon, too. They went on, like, a couple-month hiatus. So luckily, I don't think I missed anything with that. Oh, that's one of the good ones. This is like the lowest tier of what I would consider a good drop, but that is a good drop. Let's go hand out like the 4 for 5th code. Here's go enjoy. Use it on gemswar.com for the game code section. Oh, you ended up getting sick? Oh no. Hope you get better soon. Yeah, winter weather will do that. We're starting to get into spring. Actually, is it officially spring yet? I can't remember when it becomes spring. Are we officially in spring? The early spring can still be pretty cold. Honestly, it's been, despite my area normally being pretty warm, it's actually been really cold the last few days. Like, whenever it gets really cloudy and rainy during this time of year, it still gets kind of cold. Not like below freezing cold, but, you know, cold relative to what this area normally has. So, hello, Mr. Z. Welcome, welcome. Wait, what? How did I litter? I'm so confused. How am I littering? I'm so confused what Lester and Mr. Z are on about. I'm like really anti-littering. I like go like way too far out of my way to make sure I don't litter. Though I generally don't bother trying to clean out after other people's litter. That should be their own problem. But I'm generally pretty good about cleaning up after my own. When are we shaving? Oh no, I was going to for Easter and then never did. But, I don't know, I probably should at some point. I have 2 styles of hair, on and off. I'll probably go off soon for when summer gets a bit closer. Probably in, like, May. Oh, is the 19th of March spring? Oh, wait, March of... that already happened. Wait. Oh, it is spring already. Okay, so it isn't winter anymore. I think the other thing that throws me off is the fact that it's sometimes made longer arbitrarily. It's one of those weird... Oh, wow, we got it again. Okay, I'm about to run out of codes. Maybe we should set a cap on how many we were doing. I think it's like our 5th or 6th code now. How many are we up to? I actually lost track. I might need to put a cap on it just in case Jetto doesn't get me more codes tomorrow. Because otherwise, we're going to have no codes for like the next 5 days. They only have 3 left now. We've handed out so many. So I think we've handed out 5 this stream so far. So maybe I should put a cap on it here. Because we already handed out 4 normal codes and an Easter code. We're getting a little bit too lucky on good drops today. I was expecting to get to like 4 or 5 at max, which we are at 5 right now. If we get another big drop, I might not hand out a code. We'll see. Because otherwise, we're not going to have any for a little while. I have enough to last till Wednesday if I hand out no more for the rest of the stream. So that gives Jetto 3 days to hopefully get to us with codes. Otherwise, we'll have none for a couple days. Because if I don't get more by Wednesday, we're probably not getting more until like next week Sunday. Like a week from today. There's a lot of tarot cards today. I already have them all, so not a single one is even remotely relevant. But yeah, they ended up changing the drop table a couple months back. I don't think I ever made a video or anything on it. I think I mentioned it on stream like once. But they ended up adjusting the drop table for vault keys again. And one thing they did is actually made the tarot cards a bit more common when they did. This is mostly to make it so people who play free-to-play as well as people who join the game, you know, like new players, can catch up on tarot cards easier. So you do have a bit of a higher tarot card rate as of a couple months ago. Which is why we're seeing so many tarot cards. Because it's only like the 3rd time we were opening vault keys since then. Like, you know, as far as like a vault event weekend. Using all those keys. But if you're ever wondering why you're seeing more tarot cards recently in the last couple months, that is why. They actually buffed it, I believe, back in December. We've only had 3 or 4 vault weekends since then. Because, of course, as more tarot cards come into the game, it's increasingly harder to get any individual one. So they increase their drop rate to make it easier to catch up. Or to get any specific one that you might be missing. Also, keep in mind, last campaign's tarot card is still not in drop table if you're trying to open keys for it. I believe it's the only thing not in drop table that, you know, eventually should be. That and, of course, the one from this season. But that's impossible to get through any means at the moment. But the one from last campaign's thing won't be in drop table until probably a couple weeks from now. We don't have an official date. It's definitely not at the moment. It's the one that creates... Oh gosh, what was last season's gem? I already forget. It was the one that created lightning gems. I think it can create either a blue or yellow. While having extra turn chance. Basically meaning it does nothing. Like most tarot cards of the game. It's kind of weird. Some tarot cards are worth like so much, like the Lovers, because you need it for a wand. And then there's just others that do absolutely nothing, because not only are they not needed to craft anything, but they also just do nothing. It's kind of weird, because originally tarot cards all had a purpose. Like they were used for something in Soulforge. But then after a couple seasons, they kind of just stopped doing that. They still do it occasionally, like with Dustbringer and stuff like that, or the Crimson, Ruby weapon. That all 3 of its components still have not rotated yet for free to play. But they do it sometimes for stuff like that. But otherwise, we haven't really been getting that many. Like the Ruby weapon was literally the last one we got. That was like 3 seasons ago, wasn't it? 2, 3 seasons ago? So it couldn't have been that long ago because not a single one has rotated yet. Yeah, none of them have. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day on stream too. Yeah, not a single component of the Ruby weapon has rotated. So it could take another half a year to a year before that weapon is free to play. Like it could be late this year or even very early next year before it happens. Which is a little unfortunate. The weapon's pretty good. I try not to show it too often just because it is basically a money-locked weapon. Same reason why I don't show the better Black Manacle. Because that better Black Manacle won't rotate until the next Midnight Kingdom event. Which I think the earliest that could be is June. Because I think we know up to May and it's not happening by then. So the earliest we'll see that is June. But the Crimson weapon could easily be later this year. We picked up vanilla, cream, cheese, frosting cake, and Easter, so yums. Ooh, that sounds good. Just something I haven't had in a long while. Ice cream cake. I almost feel like picking it up at some kind of place near me. Because we're having homemade cheesecake, which is still going to be good. But if I ever get randomly a craving for ice cream cake, I really need to go get one. I haven't had ice cream cake in like, I almost want to say a decade. The problem is finding them, like ones I can have. Because a lot of them are made in places where they process nuts. Because they're either made in a bakery where they have other baked goods that are nut related. Or they're mass produced in some way that's also ran on equipment that run nuts. Like, the hardest thing with ice cream cake for me is finding one that has not been in any facility that is nut related at all. Because finding ice cream cake's not hard. Finding ice cream cake I can actually have safely is the hard part. Like, there's pretty low risk if it was, like, made, like, near, like, a similar facility. But I never trust with a lot of places, like, how good their parameters are for cleaning everything and everything like that. Baskin Robbins. I don't think I can eat Baskin Robbins because they use nut products. So unfortunately, it's made in the same facility that processes nuts. It's hard to find people, you know, places that completely isolate away from nuts when it comes to baked goods. It makes buying baked goods really annoying with a nut allergy. Like, you can risk it, but it's also, you know, not worth risking normally just for cake or baked goods. But yeah, a ton of baked goods, because nut is such a common ingredient, are made in the same facility that also do the nuts to some degree. Just makes it really, really hard to find any baked good. But particularly pastries and similar things. Alright, looks like we don't have to worry about not handing out that other code. So that means every single good drop we got this entire stream we were able to hand out a code for. That's nice. So we handed out 5 total codes. Because I highly doubt we're going to get a drop within 3 codes here. I mean, 3 keys. Really? That's so nuts. Nut joke. Yeah, honestly, most Baskin Robbins have gone out of business near me as well. Most of Dairy Queens and Dunkin' Donuts seem like they're still around, though. I haven't actually seen any Dunkin' Donuts going out of business. I also haven't seen any Krispy Kremes going out of business. Also, that is one thing I sometimes make an exception for. Oh, wow, we just got 2 Volkies in our Volkies. But technically, Krispy Kremes is a place I shouldn't ever eat from because they do have some nut products. However, I do ever so occasionally go for their, you know, their main thing. Their frosted donut thingy. But I haven't in years. But I have sometimes occasionally in the past, just because they do actually run them on slightly different equipment, I believe. So as long as the people who are touching them weren't touching other stuff, we're good to go. Normally they have gloves and everything for it, so it should be fine. Assuming they change out the pair of gloves each time. Like, they have safety precautions for it. It's like the riskiest thing I do with my nut allergy, probably. Is occasionally in the past I have had Krispy Kremes. Because they're just so good. But they are a place that do run other nut products. I've never had an allergy reaction there yet, so we're doing good. I probably had Krispy Kremes like 50 different times in my life and never had a nut allergy from it. But there is like that slight risk. Alright, looks like we handed out 5 codes. One of them was the pet code I already claimed earlier. So 1 pet code and 4 normal codes. But there they are. Nice. That's the most codes we handed out in a long while. But I wanted to do it for Easter. Since we didn't really have anything too special on game, might as well give that out. I guess we had the 50 gems, but you know, we didn't have any kind of event or anything. But with that being said, everyone, I think we might be calling it there for now. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful holiday if you celebrate. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, about an hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll be going over all the weekly stuff in a video soon. And aside from that, yeah, we'll just be messing around with, what event do we have? A journey event. So we'll just mess around with the, oh, sorry, world event, I mean. So we'll just mess around with the journey event. It's pretty standard scoring, just don't take the lowest rarity one. We have a pretty team week. Actually, it's probably one of the more calmer weeks we've had for Gems of War in a long while. Because we have Arena weekend, so we have nothing going on. No new pet on Wednesday. Unless he somehow missed the last December holiday pet. And yeah, it's a really team week overall. Really straightforward. Great time to catch up if you had any grind you wanted to go do. Or just focus more on PvP for whatever reason. I highly doubt we're getting a patch next week. Normally when we have this dull of a week, they tend to do a patch. I don't feel like we have a patch next week. I don't see why we would. If we're getting a patch, it's probably late April, early May is almost guaranteed next patch, as far as like major patch is concerned. Let's see. Genki. We're not gonna get demonetized. Oh, thank you, Cynical. It is greatly appreciated. Let's see. Have you been having an issue with demonetization lately as well, Genki and or Cynical? Because I haven't had it happen much, but I did have it happen occasionally here and there. But not on any Gems of War things lately, oddly enough. Only on, like, everything that isn't Gems of War. For some reason. Not you? Okay. Interesting. Sounds like a challenge? No, don't even try, Mr. and or Lester. Or anyone. But anyways, guys, I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I'll catch you later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.